Hi, this is part two. I just got through having to close up part one because I was having some technical difficulties and my battery was about to die on my computer. So I just decided to shut it down and start a whole new one. So this is just a continuation of what was going on a few minutes ago. So I'm just continuing with the project I was working on, which is making a simple baby quilt using transfers. And actually, this was yardage that I cut, but it's still a charm square. I can now see the chat. Hey, I am back. Hi guys, and I can see your chat. So my mouse is actually right here. I'm going to put it in a safe spot. Shouldn't need it. That was the problem, is I touched it, moved it. There we go. Thank you so much for coming back. Could you guys see me when I couldn't see you? I'm assuming you could because it said it was live, but anyway, this is better. This is much better. Well, that's kind of good to know. Other than I didn't like not being part of the chat. That was kind of made me feel bad. All right. I'm just about to get my rows completely sewn together and then get to my individual rows and then sew the rows together. And then it's just a matter of putting a border around this and it'll be done. So this is coming together really quickly, which is what I needed, is kind of a quick no-brainer project. Since I haven't been doing a whole lot lately, I figure I'd go easy on myself. Plus, this has been needing to get done for a long time. You're chatting about Leanna's machine issues. Oh, is she going to come back in the chat? Hope she does. I didn't see what was going on. You guys will have to tell me. All right, so now I'm going to go back in and sew them together. Hope I don't make you guys like seasick moving you around. And yep, here comes Marlin. That's why Piper's barking at me. Him, us, in general, barking. Hey, I'm live. You okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
I can see that. Yeah, yeah. I'm making a quilt for Daphne.
Yeah.
About time, huh?
Yeah.
I know.
She's only 17 now.
He claims she's 17. She might be 17 months old. Oh, I unplugged something and I didn't know what it went to. I unplugged the power of the machine. I now know what it went to. Okay, so let's plug that guy back in. Okay, so let's plug that guy back in. So what is, okay, that didn't unplug anything. I told him that you're going to help me rearrange the room a bit and that you might end up in the corner. And someone says, no one puts Marlin in the corner. Well, and you put yourself in there, so that means you're the boss.
Oh.
No, I'm still thinking of some other things that might work better. And I had a really good idea a minute ago. It involved putting the love seat where the chair is and taking that bookshelf and turning it facing the wall. And putting the love seat on this side of it. Never mind, love seat says, or put the couch on this side of it, or the chair on this side of it. But the bookshelf will face that way, but be right here. And that way I could sit over there and I'd have a backdrop that isn't ugly. And they don't have to move the table.
We'll see.
We will see. I kind of like that idea though. Okay. See, we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do. Hello, everyone. Jenny's lurking while finishing on assignment. Well, good for you for going back to school. That's a lot. But welcome, and hi, Leanna. Thanks for coming back. Yeah, we're back. We're back. Please don't tell me I don't have another one of these. There we go. So, Marlon, who are you rooting for as far as football today?
I guess my team isn't in the Super Bowl, so
He's a Green Bay Packer fan, and they're not playing this year. So,
probably have more affinity for Andy Reid than anyone else in the Super Bowl. So
Andy Reid, who does he play for?
he actually
He coaches for Kansas City. So that means you're rooting for Kansas.
yeah,
Reluctantly, yes. That's funny.
well, it's not completely reluctantly. It's just,
You wish your guys were in there, right?
so here's the thing.
Oh, you might have to come over here. I don't know. Can you guys even hear Marlon? Partly I'm selling and being noisy, but he's behind the computer and across the room. Can you even hear him? We may need to have him come over here. Yes, come on over here. Come on over. They need to see your handsome face anyway. I hate it when she coughs like that.
Look something up.
Did it make me look something up?
No, you're gonna make me look something up.
Oh. Well, in a minute, I'm going to move to that side of the counter where you can stand next to me anyway. So you look that up while I do this, and I'm going to go over there and press.
Okay.
I'm here a little bit. Now he's loud and clear. Yeah, he's actually right
yeah,
here.
I moved. No. Yeah, no.
Yeah, in a minute I'll be at the other side. So
Championship per season.
I know all you quilting people, you come to quilting to learn about sporting things, right? Well, we will not bore you. It would drive me crazy if I wasn't interested in it, but I think he's funny. So
You think I'm funny?
I do. Like I was telling them, you're not interested in watching the Super Bowl. You're more interested in other things, but you don't have to be glued to it. If you do, I mean, that's fine, but it's just you're not monopolizing having to work your day around Super Bowl.
All I was gonna say is that too bad looks on everything. Funny.
Yeah. Now,
look at that. Now you're showing my belly.
Yep. Now I'm showing the rest of you.
So she was asking about who I'm rooting for, and the answer is I'm not really rooting because my Packers are not in it. But I will say this: I like Andy Reid.
Oh, look what he did. He's got chocolate.
No, I don't.
Yogurt covered pretzels on my mouth.
I do not. Where are they?
Now they're melting in your hand.
No, they're not. You can't prove anything. Anyway.
Okay.
So the Chiefs, Andy Reid. I like Andy. He's a BYU guy. I'm a BYU guy. I kind of like him. And if you haven't seen, now this is worth Googling. And I know it isn't, but hey, everybody. So here's the thing. Andy Reid, when he was 12, I think, was in the punt, pass, and kick competition in the NFL. Where they took kids and they used to have them throw a ball, kick a ball,
Punt,
kick off.
pass, and kick.
Yep.
And then they had some kids that were too good, so they had to stop doing it because they're showing off the.
Well, I don't know why they stopped, but they had kids locally, and you would have a runoff with your local team, and then eventually wind up. So he was in a game or in a halftime with the Los Angeles Rams back in the day, and the rest of the kids are about this tall, and Andy's about this tall. You know, they were little tiny kids, and he looks like a monster out there. They had to actually go get professional player's helmet and pads because Andy
I'm
was
going
so
to sew
big.
this while you're standing there.
So it's worth Googling that because it's kind of funny. But the downside of
Don't let those melt. Maybe you should put something in it.
maybe I should. The downside of the Chiefs winning is it would give them a three-peat.
Here.
And I don't know if you know this.
You know what
You
that's
probably
for?
don't.
That's to put those in so they don't melt in your hand. Okay, now you need another one. Martin.
She thinks that I'm going to change my activity based on what she wants.
Absolutely not. I mean, I know you
There we
won't.
go.
I know that's not going to happen.
So in NFL history, there's only been one team that's had a three-peat, and they did it twice, and that was my Packers. If Kansas City wins today, they will join the three-peat club. So that's one thing, I don't know if I want,
Cool.
if I want somebody else in the three-peat.
Oh, you're jealous. Okay.
Jealous?
Yeah,
No,
you don't
because
want to share.
we already have two. They don't have any. Nobody else has any.
You don't want to share. Is what I'm saying.
Get them, if you can do it, great. Nobody's been able to. Anyway. So I'm going to turn you back to sewing now. Oh,
No. Yeah, just stop.
that's all I'm trying to turn.
Okay, we got a big old glare. Oh, it's the light. It's this light. Sorry, guys. Let's do this. How's that? So yes. So I think I'm cooking with gas. Oh, Leanna, does that mean like you didn't have gas in your kitchen or that your machine is working? Because I missed the whole conversation, but I heard you're having machine issues. Hooray. All right. Marlene, she's back. Marlene, we have not ignored you. We have forgotten about you. Welcome to my brain. Let's talk today. Okay? Let's talk today. All right. So, we can all hear you chewing.
Really? I didn't say that.
They don't want to be rude.
Okay.
Unlike your wife.
Could anyone hear me chewing just a moment ago?
Uh,
I'm going to go with no. Nobody could hear me chewing.
I'm gonna see this light is bad no matter where I go.
So am I supposed to stand here and look pretty?
You can. If you have anything to say to them, or maybe you don't have to stand here at all, but it's nice to have you come visit. I think we'll let
got
you
a
guys.
machine working. It was locked up.
Oh, that's really good.
Nobody could hear me chewing. See? She's just trying to make me feel bad.
I could hear him
And-
chewing.
Have doubts about myself. That's it. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's her thing.
No, so here's
Chomp,
first two rows.
slurp. Now see, Marlene, I can tell you're just kidding because there was no slurping involved. There was crunching and chomping, but no slurping. And with that, I will make my exit.
He's a leaving. Thanks for joining us. So after the yellow, what came next? The orange. The orange. And green, yellow goes up. This one goes down. Sewing on this side. This is where I can get myself really thrown off. If I don't pay attention. Trip. Mhm. They're just hanging out with me while I. So here it is, coming together. Red, pink, purple, pink. That goes up, this goes down, this goes like this, and gotta pin it, don't forget. Sorry about the lights. I should aim it down before I turn it. Sorry. I don't need to press this. I can finger press it. So now, look at that. What goes next? This one, which is going to be up, and this is going to be down. Can't see what's going on down here. That helps. Is that a better angle, guys? Is it worse? Marian, can you make sure that Dapple Dot 2 gets put online? I talked about it yesterday. I thought it was going to try to go up yesterday, so I told him it would probably be up yesterday.
What?
You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm sorry. Thank you. Yeah, we're not paying attention. I'm playing Bobbin Chicken. Oh no, not. That made me think I'm not. That's so bad.
Bobbin chicken, is that a thing?
Yeah, it's where you are sewing without a bobbin because you ran out before you knew it and you lost. You lost. But I did not actually end up playing Bobbin Chicken. I love my new machine, but what I don't like about it is I have no idea when I'm out of it without physically getting into the bobbin casing. Where my other machine, it's clear on top, so I can look and see. Plus, it has a sensor and it will tell me when it's time to change, when it's very, very near being out. And then it won't even sew without help if you are out of bobbin, which means you have to really know what's going on to make it work. All right, let's see what these look like on the wall. I think I'm gonna do it the way it's gonna be built. Like this.
That drop basic.
No. No.
Is it a blender?
Oh, let me think. Blender. No. Blender is definitely. Yeah, I just had to think. There. That's cute. You you can tell by the sound if the machine. I have a Juki, and I haven't been able to hear any difference in sound. I also haven't been listening for it. So, snarky old lady, welcome to the chat. Thank you. And that was Levin. All right, so now it's time to. I don't like how light this is, but it will be more noticeable up close and when I get the other things going. To make sure I do these where I want. Thanks. I think the quilt is looking good too. I appreciate the confirmation. Oh, I do. I do. Let's see. Pull all these pieces over. Yep. And this is the reason I do what I just did. Oh, I did that wrong. These are in the wrong order. This needs to be this way. No, this needs to be on this side. Oh, God, Lynn. All right, take it apart. I must have had it on the wall wrong. Okay, well, before I do that, I'm gonna just keep going this way, which means red goes next to this one. I got myself way off. We're not gonna even do that, whatever I was doing. They're telling me to use a seam ripper, Marlon. They're telling me to use a seam ripper, not the way I rip the seams. Oh, I give Marlon
being besmirched.
I give Marlon a little heart attack every time he sees me do it that way, and they are calling me out on it. I use a seam ripper if I need to, and I can tell as I'm tugging on it if it's not going to come easily. And I also hold the seams. Uh-oh. Mr. Fix is going to come and chat with you guys, I think. No? What are you doing, Marlon?
I'm doing nothing, man.
Right. If you're looking for a seam ripper, you won't find one.
Okay,
They're hard to find around here.
they are. So, lift it up. I wanna.
Marlon wants to have a little chit chat with everybody about how
So
I do things there.
when she
Oh, here, get your pretty face on there.
seam rips like that, I get all nervous because I know I would get in trouble for seam ripping like that. And see, here's the thing. I just walked over from my desk. Wait. No. Anybody want to count how many seam rippers there are here?
Just between.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of them that were in that little
And there's like
right there.
several right there.
And I see at least 4 or
over.
5 there.
And we have a bunch in our store. I can easily get a seam ripper.
She's got about probably 40 to 50 of them up in the store. And I don't know, incorrigible. Incorrigible.
It works. I would not recommend anyone seam ripping the way I do.
He is a ripper.
I am a
Definitely.
ripper, but I don't rip my fabric, and it has to do with feel. So it's hard to explain that. And if you're new sewer, definitely use one of these tools.
Yeah.
Do as I say, not as I do. There
Yeah.
we go.
So anyway, yeah, I get in trouble if I think about doing something like
Well,
that.
he has a little panic attack when he sees you doing that too. Not as much as he did at first. I thought it was funny.
Well, she knows what she's doing, I guess.
I do, which is why it's hard to explain because it's a touch thing, it's a feel thing. But I won't do it on batik. There's no way I would do it on batiks. Batiks are too fragile. That does rip. Something super thick. Also, I wouldn't do it on because it's too thick. It's this thing. And look, I'm not putting things on backwards anymore, although you can hardly see what I'm up to. Look, there we go. I got my last section, and then we're gonna press it and then start working on the border, which means I have to figure out how much fabric I have and how far I can go with the border. So we're gonna do some math.
So apparently, according to Katie Kraft, you have a compatriot in Jenny Doan.
Why?
She rips that way.
Does she rip? Oh, she does? That's funny.
That's what Katie Kraft says.
You know what? I forgot. I have seen her do that. It just
I don't know.
works. It's faster.
It's like the first step to juvie. You know?
Oh, I
It's
did
like
that backwards. Oh well.
juvenile delinquent. You did that one backwards.
I did do that one backwards, but it's still nested, so.
She didn't press her seam to the dark side.
I didn't. I pressed it to the white side. I mean, I pressed it, but I didn't move it there when I was sewing. So it went backwards.
Yeah.
And these are the last 2 blocks, and they don't line up, so I have to ease them in because I know how to do that.
He does?
I do.
Okay. All right. Stepping away.
He's stepping away.
And I'm going to go put her seam rippers away.
Where were they, by the way? Because I really don't know where they live.
They're all sitting right over here. Okay. Would you like one right now?
Sure. I should probably have one.
Okay, I'll leave them all right there.
I like the orange
you.
one.
One right now?
Sure. I should probably have one.
Okay, I'll leave them all right there.
I like the orange one.
So this is orange. This is kind of peachy orange.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of a bright yellow orange. This is
orange. This is
dark brown orange. This one is a blue orange. And this one is a green orange.
Yeah, I see that. Smarty. Okay, so let's get the iron back on. Here it is. Just have to press all the seams. Every other rope. I really only need one of these. Were they here in this thing?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Well, this is a good place for them.
A good place for them is in your hand when you're ripping fabric.
Marlon, I did something earlier, and I don't know what I did, but I dropped the mouse and it affected the chat, so I couldn't see any chat. And I could not figure out how to get back in it. I had to actually restart the chat, start the whole video. But I was going to go to the computer or the TV to watch, and I cannot get it to load. Can you play with the TV? It doesn't turn on. I mean, it turns on, but it doesn't go anywhere. The remote is somewhere over here.
Is it with your seam rippers?
I don't know anymore. Never mind. Oh, it's right here. It's right here where every remote belongs. But I can't use the TV in here. I would like to do that. We have him on a job, on a task. All right, we'll look at what I'm doing, not me. Probably I could do it this way. This is really pretty. I like the bright colors. I love jewel tones. Bright. And I think this is great for kids. Thank you. Thank you, Melanie. Marlon or Leanna said that she was her honey was at the beach and she's been shoveling snow. So she's not loving
Leanna, I'm pretty sure he's shoveling sand on the beach, so it's fair.
Did you hear that, Leanna? He says he thinks he's shoveling sand. That it's fair. They could probably hear you a little easier with the camera facing this way, but still you are a ways away. Anyway, I have all those threads from when I had to rip out that seam. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't. These are attached. They're just in the way. Now that one might be. Thanks, John. This is a baby quilt, a quick and easy baby quilt. I'm making one that matches two others in the house. So it's going to a family with 3 girls, and the older 2 girls already have theirs. And then they had another one, and I'm making this for the youngest. And all quilts were similar, that they had rainbow, bright colored rainbow squares in the middle. Although the other 2 were almost the same with their mirror image, but they didn't have this. They were just solid. But they all used the same Tula Pink borders and backings, and I do have that. So let's see here. All right, so there's that. Let's make some orders because I have to figure out what I can get out of this for a small stop border. Where's my tape measure? Oh, there goes the mouse. It needs to not be over here at all because I'm probably going to do something weird to the Stay on page. Leanna says he's probably dreaming of her making garlic bread. Garlic bread sounds really good, actually. I'll put this here. And now I need to tape measure. Do you have the little black one?
What?
My little black one I moved, so I'm going to take this one.
I gave it back to you.
I know you did. I've seen it. We're going to use this. I know. Oh, here it is. I thought I had it over here, but it's a little easier to use than this. But in a pinch, the other one works. Some paper. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Nipples. Paper. We falling down. Why did I do that? $36 by 44 3/4. You guys usually round up when you get that close to an inch. Because I want to do that. And I usually do, but I'm wondering if it's the right way to do it. Hi, Sheila. Thanks for joining. I'm just sewing today. That's all I'm doing. Just hanging out and sewing. Thought I'd let you guys just kind of hang out with me. I am working on a baby quilt. And now that I know my outside, where's my calculator? Okay, so this is going to be just like doing a border. 4 to 5 strips. Yeah, I think so too. But if I take 36 plus 45 and then times it by 2, because that's the 2 dimensions, I get 162 inches around. If I divide it by 40, and actually I'm not going to do mitered seams because you don't need to do that when it's not a binding. I'm just doing the border. So we're divided by 42. I come up, oh, I didn't do that right. I times it. Well, that's not the way to do it. Times, I'm going to write this down in case I do this again. 162 divided by 42. When I do a binding, I divide by 40, but this is divided by 42 equals 3.85 strips. So 4 strips. Okay. And then I have a few small pieces, and if I am short a couple inches, that's where I will get that from. So now I have this. This is the fabric I have to work with. So now I want to see how wide of a border I can get using this. And this is where my creative math skills come in. I call it Lynne math in case anyone wants to know. So really what I want to do is make sure this is squared up. And right now you can see up a jagged line. So I folded it so it's straight. And I'm going to measure this. This from here to here is 8 inches. It's double. So I have 16 inches divided by 4. That doesn't seem right. That's 8-inch borders. No. Well, I don't want that wide of a border. So then it doesn't matter because I'm not gonna use all this. So never mind. Okay, so I'm gonna cut some strips. I'm gonna cut it at, I think I'll just do like a 2-inch border. And then, oh, he's got the TV going. Hello, the TV's working. I don't need to hear me.
Well, I know that.
Yeah, do ya? Do ya? Very little, but I didn't like that. Okay, let's do a 2-inch stop border.
I don't know how to put the tab on.
Go to, there's what looks like a piece of paper. No, on the screen. Hold on. So you have to like, yeah. So this. So like it while you're here. And then that.
Oh, I have to give you a thumbs up.
Oh, maybe it's not. I can't see. Teaching Marlon how to watch YouTube on the TV. But now he's got that working for me, which is nice because it is actually easier to read the chat there. I have to go see what's going on again. Oh, it's not playing right now? I think, oh, I can't tell I'm not in this thing. I don't know to tell you. That's weird. Evidently, it's not working. 1, 2.
Are you seeing chat over there?
Mhm.
I'm not seeing chat.
Well, maybe there hasn't been a chat from it. So will you guys type something? I'm going to type something just to get it in to make the, oh, I can't do it because just to show a new chat because he just joined. And he might not be able to see anything that was there prior to him
There we
joining.
go.
Okay, now he's got it. Something. Way to go! Thank you. So that was the problem. Okay, so this kind of makes me happy. We still have this.
I can't respond when they say hi to me.
No, he can't respond.
Okay.
He can yell, but he can't respond through the TV. But still, they're saying hello.
Hello.
All right, so all I'm going to do with these is cut their ends off, the selvage, because you don't know this. You don't ever want your selvage on there because it is a tighter weave and it actually will shrink at a different rate than the rest of it. So it actually might make your fabric pucker. So you don't want to keep that on there. If I were smart, I would have done this first just because it's easier. And I have the white part on the bottom side, but that's the one I'm going to go by to try to clear off. And, oh, there's still a lot of it there. Yeah, I should have done it the other way around. Got it. Lose that. Okay. I'm just going to sew these end to end. What have we got going on over here? Oh, almost. So we are almost at the bottom of that. You know what I'm going to do? I have a couple 5-inch squares that I didn't mean to cut. And I'm going to actually use this to make that last little bit so that I have some full strips and less seams. So 2 2-inch strips. I'm going to sew them on to 2 strips. Yep. And then this is the top and the bottom. And I will be right back. I'm not going to take you over there for that. So the reason we miter seams on our binding is because we have a lot of bulk. We don't need to miter the seams when we're doing borders because there's not bulk. It's just like the rest of the quilt where it's just piecing. Some people like to miter or they want to do it anyway. I'm just saying you don't have. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. And I will be able to trim that, but that way I don't have And because I added a little bit to both sides, I'm actually not going to put the seam, because this is the seam. I'm going to put the seam for this one up here just to break it up, because I don't want it to look, I just don't want it to show up down there. And actually, this is how I'm going to sew it on. So this little tiny bit right here is really what's going to be overlapping. That looks good. That looks good. And then I don't know, I like to play with this. Does that help that blue stick out a little better or stand out a little better? Kind of. I have all of this. I have a lot of this. But I'm not using on the back. I'm using that green. But what I could do is get an idea of what a border would look like. I don't think I need a super wide border because it's not a very big quilt. Right? So right now this is about 6 inches. So this is how I audition my fabrics. See how I like it? I have all of this down here. And since I have it and I want to see what it looks like next to this blue, I am going to play with it. It's weird to have this much fabric cutting into that I have for a border because this would normally be a back. Not on this one. Pins over here. How's that? Now, one thing I'm noticing that I don't like, which is why I'm glad I'm doing this, because I'm noticing it, is, well, I want to get this. Where's that going on here? Did it again. Not near any pins. Here. Okay, so this is just an idea of what this would look like. I don't love it because this fabric and this fabric are the same print. From a distance, it looks like it reads like a solid, which is fine. But I'm wondering if I should put like another border between here and here to break this up. And I do not have any of this fabric other than in the layer cakes. So the only way I would be able to do that, and I don't know if it makes sense, is to do a strippy one using 10-inch strips and going around and just kind of making it like a little rainbow. So I don't know what to think about this. I think I might have to let this sit for a little bit. Like, side. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this, guys? It looks good, Melanie. Well, thanks. Hi, Terry. I want a bold color like this over here. So the only option I have is, this would not make sense. No, this is what I use on the binding. I have a lot of it. So I don't sound good. Second option doesn't seem, I know, I don't like that second border. Don't love it. So I'm wondering if I made a smaller border with this. If we like that, or if I still need to go bolder. Hi, Leanna. Thanks for joining us. I feel like it's busy. Like my eyes are going to go cross-eyed. So here's the fabrics that I had. So I got those from. So I'm kind of wondering if I should just make a skinny, strippy, scrappy strip of just 10-inch strips that will be like a rainbow that runs around it, that changes colors as it goes around, but it would give the dark color. So I would not put this one in it. It would give the dark color that runs around it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. So this would be a good binding, still would be a good binding, but not loving it. The reason I like this is because it is Tula Peak. It's part of the collection and it has all the different colors that run through it. So the way it would get put on would be like this. So that would actually be really cute, but yeah, not time to introduce that yet. Try that. Yeah, the rainbow border. I think I will. So I will make like a really skinny border. So this is 2 inches. So if I do like a 1 inch, what will only show is an inch. No, 1 inch, sorry, makes it a 1/2 inch. Maybe I should make it 1.5 inches. This is 2. Maybe I should make this a little bigger. If I had known that, I would have thought about that. 2, 1.5. So this would be 1.5 when it's done. Then that would be 2. No, this has got to be skinnier. It's got to be skinnier. I'm going to cut it at 1 inch, and we're going to just see to make just enough to do one little strip. I'm going to use the same fabrics that I have up there. Green, red, orange. This, yeah, this one. Does not have this one. Is this one? And the yellow, the green. Do I have green? I have green. I think it's just these. Doesn't have the light green, doesn't have the pink. So what's funny is these are all the original colors I put up there, and then I added a pink, a yellow green, and a light blue, and I'm not adding any of those two here because I don't have them other than the light blue, and I don't want any more light up there. So let's cut this, and I have more of these, and so that's just fine. Kind of, I wonder if I should make it random or like a true rainbow where it just follows the colors. I think I like the idea of the rainbow. I think it needs that actually. So I don't have blue in here. Where's the dark blue? Please tell me I have dark blue. Huh. Here's the dark blue. You were missed. Okay, do this again. So we started with green, yellow, orange, red, fuchsia, purple, green, or blue, and then we're going to start over. So I can make, what if I can make the whole border out of all of these, because, but if not, I have lots more of these, but if I make a 1-inch strip, and this is a 10-inch square, I can get 10 1-inch strips. I make it 1.5. I'm going 1.5. Rainbow. Okay. Rainbow 1.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a 1-inch piece left over. My 1-inch scrap bin. This layer cake has been kind of fun, just to have and be able to pull stuff out. I've used it for many, many projects. And I kind of thinking just having one with bright colors handy is handy. What's that? We're going to put this over here. Get rid of stuff that's in my way. I don't think I need you. I do need you. This is that strip that goes across the top. That way I know where it's at. Okay, so I'm going to sit down and sew these end to end. This is going to go fast because they're short enough I can reach up and put the end. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that looks cute. I definitely do not need as many strips as I cut out. So I'm going to fit, I have one more section of colors that will go across, and I think it'll actually join. So I've got the blue, and next I need to move on to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which I don't even think I need that many to get across the top there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm going to maybe shorten some of these a little bit to make it fit in there better. But I'm going to wait until after I get this on there. All right, that answers that. So let's go put this border on here. Well, first of all, let's measure it. It was 75. And this to here, no, 45, sorry. 45. I have a number thing on the corner under my mat here. You guys can't see it. But I cut that there. Yeah, I guess I do not need as many as I thought. So yeah, I just was having fun. Maybe I could put it in a flange on like flange border. I'm kind of into this flange thing right now. So put all those extra pieces or just a nice little scrap project. Okay. These I will deal with in a little bit. So green is at the top. the seam on the bottom. You think the flange? That might be kind of fun to add onto her because I will have lots of these little 1.5 inch strips. We'll see when I get to that point. If I feel like it, if it's too busy. Now, whenever I sew, I always like to put the side that has the most seams on the upside because that way I can keep track of what direction they're going to be laying. That's my preference. So even though it's a smaller piece, I did put it underneath. That's why. Now I'm just going to measure this and make sure my other pieces are the right. Put those across the top and bottom. So now it measures at 40 inches. I need two 40-inch pieces. We have 40-inch pieces. Let's see here. There to there. All right, gotcha. Okay, so I've got two 40-inch pieces, which is now the width of the quilt. the seams up. I haven't pressed it open, but I can work with this. You guys can see what I'm doing over here. Just pinning it on. Make sure it's square. Hi, Katie. I'm just sewing. We had a bunch of chat going on earlier. Honestly, don't know how many we have still hanging out because I'm kind of boring. But I'm making a baby quilt, and I've had to make some adjustments. So this was kind of good for you guys to see how it works for me. So I'm making stuff. Let's see what else is going on there. Oh, no, stuff too. Sweet. Sometimes it's nice just to have a familiar friend to hang out with. Hey, Marlene, Donna. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm just sewing. I'm just making a baby quilt, and thought you guys can just hang out with me while I do this. And I'm not using a pattern, and I've had to make a few modifications. And I personally don't like mat patterns, so it's kind of usual for me to sew like this. But you can see what my thought process is and how I have to resolve some things. One of them is this quilt needs a border. And in a second, I'm going to put this on the wall and you can see my auditioning fabric and see what I'm talking about. Okay, this is not pressed yet, but I'm excited to see what it looks like. So I'm going to put this up here. And it's not pressed, but you can see it really needed a border of some kind. So I decided to make a little rainbow border going around it. So after I press this, I need to go back to finishing making this and then attaching it. And one thing I'm noticing is I'm going to end up with too much of this. So I want the rainbow to be continuous. So I'm actually going to probably take a little bit out in each of these seams to make them so they're 10-inch strips. So I'm probably going to shorten them to more like 9. So I'm just going to do another seam on it. You sewn 5 rows. Went to the next town over and picked up your kiddo, came home and ate pizza and back to sewing for now. I'm hanging out with you. Melanie's been busy. That's awesome. We're just hanging today. Where am I going to put this? So hot. Okay, let's go add a few more strips to this. So this is where I'm at. So now we're going to keep adding, but, well, I'm just going to keep doing what I have been doing, and then I'll figure out where I need to shorten it, because it's not a lot, but I do think I can make it look like there's no beginning and no end. see what I can come up with here. Because first, I'm going to press them all flat. So let's do some math. Probably really the best way to do this. $47.5 by $38.5. So that means I need 47.5 times 2 plus 38.5 times 272 inches. Now, this thing, I don't know how big it is. I want to join these two ends here, which is why it matters what I'm doing right now. Otherwise, I could probably take one strip out, but then you would notice it as it goes around, as your eye follows, and see that there it jumps in color. And we're so close, I think I can just take like a little bit more in each of the seams, but I want to see if I can kind of mathematically figure this out. Otherwise, I don't know. Okay, so this is twisted. Why? Why are you twisted? All right. Let's measure. Again, I've got a tape on my counter. It's out of view from you guys, but it's right underneath my little mat right here. And we have 50 to here. Folding it twice makes it 100 inches. Of course, this is times 2. And then this is what's left over is that. Which is what? 5. 1, 2, 4. About 4 inches. So 104 times 2 is 208. I need 172. That's a lot more off than I'm thinking. Somebody else better at math than me. Nobody's gonna notice my shirt. My brain, my eye would see it. My eye would see it. Absolutely do not need 4 sides of that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna take one of the colors out twice. Did that make sense to you guys? I'm gonna take this orange out because it's like the only one that has a print in it. I mean, it's up here. It's part of this group. I'm wondering if I should take that out and go right from yellow to red. Let's do it. So we're going to pin these together. Because there seems to be enough, I need to take quite a bit out. So if I do this, I'm thinking I'll be happy. So we just took out 30 inches, well, plus some seam allowance, and that's about what I need. I think this is exactly what I need. I have 172 inches I have to go around. Where's the third one? Aha. It was 208. This right here equals roughly 30, probably 28, but we're about 30 inches over. So I'm going to put this together, and I'm going to play with it. I'm just going to sew these three, and I'll be right back. What? What? I know that we both went off. I'm figuring it's food.
Spaghetti in 30 minutes.
Is it green spaghetti or normal spaghetti?
I don't know.
I guess I'll eat either one.
Usually she says green spaghetti. It's green spaghetti.
Oh. Nice. All right. I gotta see this. No. You guys can't see what I just did. I need one more right there. I want to cry. All right. Maybe by the time I sew it on, it will even its way out, and I'm going to add that last piece to it later. Because, and actually what I think I might do is where, oh God, now I don't know what to do, guys. Really dark through here. Through here. See, I can't even see the difference between these two values. Maybe I should take the red out and put the orange in. Does that look better?
What?
Does that look better? What do you think? If I take the red out, the orange in. Sure. Yeah, sister, sure.
Be a little brighter.
Yeah, I'm gonna, this is not. Okay, I'm gonna add red, put the red back in where the orange is, or put orange where the red is, and try to figure something out to make this a little longer. Actually, I'm not gonna worry about the long, that, because I'm gonna sew it on and then see. Well, maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay, orange goes between purple and yellow. I can remember that. Orange goes between purple and yellow. So this is where if I had a one of those value finders, I would have caught this, because on the trim that goes around, these two colors are super close together and they both just look really dark and muddy. So I am taking out one of them, taking the red out. Just right. Still going to be a tad bit short somewhere. If I had a solid color border, this would have been so much easier, but this is going to be funner. Put the orange there. Yeah, thanks, Janice. I agree. I think it needed to break up the dark, but I still need to put a color in. So maybe I will throw should I throw a red one in just because I need like one more to make it stretch? Short red one in, break it up because that's what I need is like short pieces. I want it to go around, so I am going to sew it around, going around and around. Which means I want to add something. What you doing? Look here. Everybody come here. The dog does not want to come here. Maybe I do want to put that light blue one in there. I'm just going to start sewing with one of these. See where it goes. I'm thinking I'm not going to start. I'm going to do like a binding where I start in the middle of it because I want the corners to kind of round. Or, anyway, you'll see. All right, I haven't thought about this. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Again, I needed to go farther down. I'm not even doing a 1/4 inch. Let's fix that. Okay, so I'm going all the way to the edge of the quilt. I'm going to cut this straight, open it up, take right where I was, and keep going. Around and around we go. Yeah, I got kind of a fat piece here now, don't I? Not what I just did though. Just folding it back so I can get a straight edge. But this little edge is funny. Funny how that turned out. Well, that's funny. This got sewn on going the wrong way, but it just so happens that it's going to end right there. The first time I've actually ended on the end. And it worked out well because I had sewn the next color on upside down. One of the corners, if any. Thank you, Melanie. I hope so. I mean, I think so, but you know, until it's done, it you just can help him do it. Okay. One, and then press it and see what I can do. Let's see what this looks like. And we want any part of these. This is where I don't have it joined yet. Woo! You got the row shown. I've got the row shown. All right. So, oh, we're closer than I thought we were. Look at this. We just need one strip. Should I throw a red one in there? Like where it belongs? Put the red one here. It'll be the only place where red shows up, and ironically, it's right next to the red square. I want to say yes. Put that there. Put this here. Then we would have made it completely around. Now I'm interested in this. Do that. Red needs to go where? This. Twist you. Okay. Now this way. And here we are. Just barely getting that one in there. Here's where I had to put the red in to make it work. But it happens to be in the sequential order. It just also has to be right next to the red. So there's some issues with this. So I measured the size of the quilt. I did the inner border when I put this on. I did not as I put this one on. And so you can see it's little wipples there, waves. There might be, will be gone. Okay, so I want long strips of this. Okay, since I have like this, all this fabric, I'm going to make it so my borders don't have seams. And so I'm cutting enough fabric to be able to cut down without having seams. Yeah. So it's just kind of a rough cut right now, but it would give me enough. Thank you. That way I'm not short. And this is all that I still have. It actually could be the backing on this, but I really want the other one because it will match the backing on the other two quilts. As far as the style, they just get different colors, but it's all the same style. So that's that, but this would be really cute for somebody, something later. Okay, so these are gonna be my strips. And here I am cutting on my little board, which I'm used to doing. And I'm quite the pro at it. But if you can get a bigger base, it would be better for you. Okay. Still too big for my mat. Right. So this is my selvage. I don't want that. Actually, I don't mind it because this is where they're gonna use it for the long arm. Well, yeah, I am gonna cut it off. On the backing, I don't care, but the border, I do. Excuse me. Okay. Now I wanted 6-inch border. So there's 2 pieces. And now let's just see what I need to do before I do anything. So we're gonna put our sides on, and it is 49.5 this time. So that's all I need to cut these at. So I'm gonna actually do this. $49.5 puts me right here. And this is how we're going to straighten up the quilt with the little bowing that it has going on. Not bad. I overestimated because when it comes time to cutting the other piece, it's going to need a longer piece than this. So I think we'll be just fine. I'm going to put this on the right way where we measure it. And I fully anticipate this outer border to be baggy, if that's the best way to describe it, loose, and that's all right. This is where you straighten it up. There's a lot in here. Right. I know this. Thanks, guys. Let's see. I am going to sew with the quilt side up, not the border side up, because I want to see what's going on with all these seams. And I'm going to be easing it in anyway. Quite a bit of black. Don't let it. Together very. I don't like that. I wasn't watching. And guess what? I actually need a seam ripper for this. I backstitched. See, I need a seam ripper sometimes. All right. Got excited. Stopped paying attention. All right. Okay. Better. has two sides. Oh, we're not measuring it there. We're doing it in the middle. And come down to 52. 52 is what I need for this side. And where did I put that? Where did I put him? Because they didn't cut it. That's what I did. What didn't do. Okay, so I need 52, 6 inches cut off of this at 52. So right here I have 56 inches. I have some extra. So I'm just gonna 52. 52 happens to be on my board. 1 inch bigger than my table. Right here. Cut it. Make it a little bigger than I need. So we will make sure it's right. It's right. Okay, I need 2 6-inch strips, and then I'm done with this guy until it gets quilted. And I'll show you what this looks like with these borders on. It really needed that bold inner border, so I'm glad you guys helped me figure that one out. There's the two right there. These are going in my scraps. This is not going in scrap. So this outer border is what is squaring up everything because I had it a little well, that's not going to work. I didn't measure the colored one because it was the easiest way to put it on. But I wasn't worried about it because it was going to be surrounded by the two borders that were measured. And so if it needs to be eased in, it can be done here. You won't notice it. Notice it. Anyone that's just now joining, I am just putting together a baby quilt. And we tried doing this earlier and I had an issue, so this is actually part 2. But I've been doing both of it today. Just using a charm pack and yardage. And actually my charm pack came from cutting up a layer cake. But I'll get this up in just a minute. These are my last 2 seams. Yes, 2 more. You're still hanging out, Joan. What a trooper. Is anybody else still here? it's a good video to watch later and fast forward through. It can be a little boring watching in real time. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. This is how we squared up. My dark inner border was do that. You did yourself to help find the middle. Yeah, this side has a lot of give on it. Fix it. So I guess part of this video is a lesson in how to make your quilt square when you did some bindings or borders, or even just putting it together and it wasn't square or measured and it got a little wobbly. All right, last time's the machine. Again, I'm putting this on with my border down. That way I can see where these seams are to make sure they're laying the way I want. I just find it easier. Flowing right here. Just easing it in. Maybe I can. There we go. Because this is my final seam and it's going to the long arm where they will probably stretch on it a little bit. That's why I do my back stitches on the borders. Oh, we're at the end, guys. There you go. See it. What's left is the outer border against itself. Okay, let's press it. Hang it. Let's see what we have going on. You've learned a lot. Well, I'm glad. This is why it's sometimes just good just to let you watch me, because then things just happen. To go through it. We're pressing it, and then we're going to look at it, and then it gets quilted next. So we are almost done. We're just ready to see what it looks like. I'm so excited. Little threads over here. I don't like to see these fabrics here. Sure, frayed. They're a little fraying mess. Yeah, so you can see right through here that they're a little ripply, but the good news is the rest is square, and when it gets put on long arm in the quilt, it's going to be down and you won't see it. And if anyone does see it, because it's consistent, only this piece, you can just say you did it on purpose. It's supposed to be that way. You put a little gather stitch in there. Oh, I can hardly stand it. I want to see it. I want to see it. I get it all? I did. Okay, you ready? Yeah. Trying to get it high because it's completely here now. Well, I went a bit high, didn't I? Pretend it's square. I can't tell if it isn't.
Rectangular.
Oh, I didn't share with you guys what it looks like. So here we go. This is my finished quilt top. What do you think, Grandpa?
I think it looks like a quilt top.
It looks like a quilt.
I think Daphne will like it.
I think she will too. And it looks similar enough to the others, but yeah, it has its own personality.
Importantly, I think her mother will
And
like
their
it.
mother, yes. This is the back. So it's really pretty, kind of it makes me think of like a sky, kind of a marbly color. This is the back. And then this is going to be the binding. And this is tulip pink, which is the same as what this is, and this. And it will tie in all the rainbow colors. And I'm going to put that on the very edge. And this, in a different two other colors, is what I put on the sisters quilts. I use this and this on the sisters quilt, and this, and bright, bold colors in the middle. So we have enough similarity. We should be able to pull it off. So I will show you guys what it looks like when it's done. It's going to be a while before it gets quilted, but I will definitely show you. And I will also link in the description of this video the final video when it is finished. I will link it back to this one. So if you are watching it in the future, you can click on that and see what it looks like when it's done. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Applause, applause, morning. Thank you so much. It only took me, I don't know, 3 hours to get this far. Seems like it should go faster, but it never does. Thank you, Melanie. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me. Again, we'll see. It's a 1.5-year-old. She's not going to complain. I think she'll be happy. But I'm excited to get it done. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the live sale at 5 o'clock, 5 Mountain. Otherwise, we're done for today. Thank you, and talk to you later. Bye.